These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. I am here alone doing a solo reacts because Sam is not home. Leave it to Sam to have plans on a weekend. I know, right, guys? Like, it couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I'm here to talk Celtics all the time. I'm ready for you. But the Celtics have signed Wenyen Gabriel to a training camp contract. Let me pull up the tweet from Woj, who tweeted out the news. Shams also tweeted the news with some extra context, which we will look at as well. Wenyen Gabriel is a 6'9" big man. This is a generous tweet from Woj saying he's 7 feet. Wenyen stands 6'9", according to Basketball Reference. Agreed to a training camp deal with the Boston Celtics. Checking out what Shams had to say as well, providing a bit more details, a bit more context for us to look at. Finally, losing a deal with the Celtics. Gabriel averaged 5.5 points, 4.2 rebounds for the Lakers last year. True. Played for LA. Also noted, Wenyen Gabriel had a great run at the FIBA World Cup this summer. Played for South Sudan and helped them secure their first ever spot in the 2024 Olympics. He averaged 9.2 rebounds and 9.2 points and 6.8 rebounds for South Sudan. He has worked out for the Celtics in recent weeks. Good signing for the Celtics. He's somebody I have mentioned multiple points when we did our whole free agency preview with Keith Smith. He was the name I mentioned as a guy the Celtics should look at to sign. I was talking to the Celtics blog editor, Bill Sy, literally an hour ago after the Drew Holiday trade, and I mentioned Wenyen Gabriel as a free agent still. This move was made directly in relation to the Drew Holiday trade. The Celtics traded Robert Williams in the deal. Now they are bringing in Wenyen Gabriel, who not as much of an athletic freak, not as much of a shot blocker, but, excuse me, throughout the course of his career has been used as a hustle guy, a plug-and-play hustle guy. Excuse me, might I add. For all the teams he's been on, and that's dating back to the bubble. He was on the Trailblazers in the bubble when the Portland Trailblazers played the Lakers in the first round, and he was great against the Lakers. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You're getting solo react, so I'm talking fast, which means I'm coughing. You're just gonna have to listen for it. But this is from Kyle Garcia of Blazers Edge. Back in 2020, during Wenyen Gabriel's time with the Portland Trailblazers, he was a big hustle guy. He played great against the Lakers, solid defense against Anthony Davis and the Lakers. You can see some of these plays here. These are obviously old, and we'll look at new ones too, but this is how he's been used throughout the course of his career as a hustle guy and a defender, which is exactly what the Celtics should be looking for now that Robert Williams is gone and they're going to be filling minutes at the big man position. Wenyen Gabriel will undoubtedly try to fill minutes at the center spot and the big man spot for the Celtics this year. He'll be competing in training camp for a spot in the rotation and on the roster, as he's just on a training camp deal right now. But he's a hustle guy. He's a Massachusetts guy. He grew up in New Hampshire, he moved to New Hampshire after growing up in Sudan. South Sudan, and then he went to high school in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. So Celtics bring in a local guy at the center position. You know, Sam's going to love it, and I'll have to mention it to him when he gets back from wherever he is. But yeah, you can see from all these plays, and we'll find some highlights of his time with the Lakers this past year too. He was a hustle guy. The Blazers used him against Anthony Davis. They won the first game of this series, partly in thanks to his defense. He did foul a few times, but Anthony Davis scored 28 points, but shot only 8 of 24 from the field with Wenyen Gabriel there helping guard him. As you can see here, grew up in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. He has been a journeyman, spent time with the Kings, the Blazers, the Pelicans, the Nets, the Clippers, and the Lakers. And then he stuck with the Lakers this past year, playing 68 games for them, starting 15 minutes a night, 5.5, 4.2. As I mentioned, shot 59.6% from the field, is not a scorer. He is a hustle guy on the defensive end. They played him a lot against Jaren Jackson in the first round of the playoffs and got some spot minutes against the Golden State Warriors in their second round series as well. I'm going to try to find some highlights from his run with the Lakers. I just want to see 2 steals, all this stuff. Those are some of the best examples of it. Here is some stuff from not last season, but the season prior. These are some defense, energy, hustle plays from his time with the Lakers in the 2021-22 season. So this will give you a little bit of what we think the Celtics could potentially get with Wenyen Gabriel driving to the rim there with the ball in his hands. He's going to be employed as a hustle guy. He's a bit undersized. He's about Rob's height. He's not going to fill the same exact role because he's not as athletic, not as obviously skilled, but he's a good player. He's a hustle guy, and he's going to come in and try to fill some of those minutes. So look for him to attempt to make an impact for the Celtics, at least through training camp. He was a guy we have brought up as a potential Rob backup back when Rob was still on the team before the Drew Holiday trade. And now he'll have a chance to replace some of the production that Rob brought to the table.
New FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed. Plus, all customers who bet $5 will get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV.
Hustle rebound there, putting it back up. Out on the perimeter, guarding Siakam. Get a switch on to Fred VanVleet here. Get a block, maybe. Yep, there it is. Obviously, it's not that hard to block Fred VanVleet when you are 6'9", but so we can still appreciate the hustle there in the defensive instincts from Wenyen Gabriel. Hustling for the rebound again, putting it up. Obviously, this is from 2 seasons ago. Here's another great example of his play. Excuse me, sorry, I'm looking at some other things. This is a 15.10 rebound game Wenyen Gabriel had in the FIBA World Cup this summer. Take a look at what he can do. 6 blocks in this game as well, so you can get a little feel for his defensive capabilities as well in this video. See what he can do. Sorry again for the inevitable copyright banner you're going to see over these because we don't want to get our channel struck down. Big block there from Wenyen Gabriel. Obviously, this is FIBA level competition versus NBA, so it's a bit different, but you can still get the feel for how he plays on the defensive side of the floor and the hustle that he could bring to the table for the Celtics. Again, Sam's gonna love it. A local guy, you'd hear him say it a million times if he was in the video, so I have to replace that for him. Just because I have to, but. Following the Drew Holiday trade, you kind of knew the Celtics were going to try to make a move to add more big man depth to the roster. Not only did you know it, but they had to. They gave up Rob in the trade, leaving them with Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, and Luke Cornett as their only big man depth on the roster. Blake Griffin could still come back, but having Wenyen Gabriel there, as he's younger too, he's only 26 years old. So he is a perfect mix of has experience in the NBA with a ton of teams, played well on the international level, but he's also not like 39 years old, right? Like he's still young and he's still able to improve, which is good for the Celtics. And Nemi Kid is still around. We've done videos on Nemi. He could have a big season too. Wenyen Gabriel is definitely a different type of big. He is smaller. He is undersized. You see him in a lot of small ball lineups or next to another big. But he is 6'9". He does play the big man role, which is important for the Celtics. And that's why you probably see them bringing him in. Here's a hustle rebound for him and a putback for Sudan. They're just killing Angola in this video here. Maybe I can find some highlights from his time with the Lakers from this past postseason run too, because he didn't get a ton of run with the Lakers in the playoffs, but he did get some spot minutes as a hustle guy for them, which is important. I wonder if we can see this. Does not shoot threes. Does not shoot a lot of threes. But he's gonna do all the scrappy little things, sort of like what Rob did, just on a smaller level. Had a 37-point G League game in there a little bit for him at one point. Here's one of his better games from the playoffs this past year. Again, he doesn't play a ton of minutes, but he got, what were his stats in this game? They showed it on the thumbnail, but he had a few points, a couple blocks in here. These are the sort of spot minutes he could potentially play for the Celtics. Out in transition here, likely going to get the pass from LeBron, dump off. It's just about doing all the little things, right? Wenyen Gabriel's not going to be a star. He's not going to be a 20-minute per game player, but if he can do these little things and chip in for the Celtics when needed, he has a chance to make the roster with his size and with his hustle. Here he is guarding Jaren Jackson Jr. Like I said, they had him on him a decent amount. He gets a block. He's very good at moving his feet and staying in front of guys in the defensive end and going up straight. That's something that's been evident since his time with the Blazers in the bubble in his rookie season. Big putback there, nice little rebound or catch on the lob or pass or whatever you want to call it. Nice roll into the paint, nice little jump. I was about to say nice little jump hook, but he whiffed it. He can get to his spots. Does not like taking the three. Weird drive there. Probably not going to take too many of those shots. Hustled though and got his board. Got a nice rebound, and we're going to see the same play again because it's a stat video, which Sam loves. Same one again here for the point, but let's see here. Nice block there on, is that Desmond Bane? That might be Desmond Bane. Works out of the dunker spot a lot. Nice little pass out there to Rui Hachimura, who does not make the shot. But a nice play regardless. Hustle guy. He's going to be a hustle guy. Big win for the Lakers in this one, obviously. I'm excited. I like Wenyen Gabriel. Like I said, he was the guy I mentioned when I was looking at free agents that could potentially join the Celtics as a Rob backup, and a Rob play the same role as Rob off the bench. So I like him replacing some of the hustle, excuse me, the defensive abilities that Rob brought to the table. Sorry for my coughing. I'm not used to talking this much by myself. I mean, I'm talking for 9 minutes straight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think about Wenyen Gabriel. This is obviously a direct correlation to the Drew Holiday trade. Let me know what you think. Let us know what, if you want to see Sam back and are sick of just me. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics. Check us out on podcast platforms. And yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.